Kendrick Lamar wins big at the BET Awards. Lupe Fiasco says that there are 100 better artists than Kendrick Lamar. How's it going, Jtomreactions community and YouTube? It's your boy Jtomreactions, and I'm back with another edition of Jtomreactions. Yo, like I said, Kendrick Lamar wins big at the BET Awards. He wins big at the BET Awards, and he just wins big. That's all I have to say. But Lupe Fiasco also says that there are 100 better rappers out there, better than Kendrick Lamar, which I don't agree with. Kendrick Lamar is an overall artist. He's not just, he's not just in one specific branch of hip hop. Kendrick Lamar embodies hip hop. So he's a battle rapper, writer. The man does it all, right? But YoEq has this video for us. But before we get started, I just wanted to shout out Waltina Woodard and all the people that have subscribed in the past couple of days to the Jtomreactions community. Hey, shout out to all of y'all. And if you guys want to become a part of this wonderful community, all you guys got to do is like, comment, subscribe, share with your family and friends, and don't forget to hit that noti bell wherever the fuck it is, so that way YouTube can let you know whenever I drop another video. Also, don't forget to hit that hype button wherever the fuck it is, but it looks like that. It does look like that. The hype button allows me to reach other people that I have never reached before, and it just allows me to grow my community a lot better. I am trying to reach 3,000 subs. I am at 1,592 at the moment. So, hey, just trying to grow. Just trying to grow. But yeah, YoEq has this video for us. If you guys want to watch this video uninterrupted, all you guys got to do is hit the link in the description, and it'll take you directly to YoEq's channel. So that way you guys can, do the same thing that you guys did over here. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your family and friends. All right, YoEq, let's hear what you got to say, my dog. Jtomreactions, you already know, man. Let's fucking go.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your boy Q, and up next we have Drake stans going absolutely ballistic on Kendrick Lamar because they are oblivious to how the award cycle system works after Kendrick Lamar won Best Hip Hop Artist at this year's BET Awards. Plus, we also have Lupe Fiasco appearing on yet another stream, and just like the last time, he's coming with some more egregious takes. And Lupe, like I just said, has been on a podcast tour as of late, trying to downplay Kendrick Lamar's lyricism, with him saying there's 100 MCs better than Kendrick Lamar. And I did ask this question in my last video, but let me know if you guys think there's any truth to that. Is there literally 100 MCs better than Kendrick Lamar right now? And I'm pretty sure he's back with some more wild takes again in this video, but let me know if you guys think he's clout chasing, because I definitely feel like he's trolling for attention. Lupe has definitely been telling everyone that is willing to listen to him why Kendrick Lamar isn't as great as people think he is. Because if Lupe isn't on someone's streams, he's heavy in the chat, and the guy seems to have a lot of time because he's like in everyone's chat. As far as Kendrick Lamar winning Best Hip Hop Artist at the BET Awards, not only is Kendrick Lamar living in Lupe's head rent-free, but also in the mind of every crazed Drake stan out there. First of all, what a group of unintelligent, too lazy to Google birds, and they shouldn't even be called owls anymore, because those birds to many are considered wise. So from now on, these people should be known as dodo birds.
Damn, dodo birds. Oh shit. Yo, that's a crazy take. Oh, let me hear that shit again.
Because those birds to many are considered wise. So from now on, these people should be known as dodo birds. You buffoons. The cycle literally starts March of last year till March of this year. And who is the hottest rapper during?
Oh man. Nah, to be honest with you, this shit was gonna happen, right? If Drake would have won the battle, it still would have been the owls going after Kendrick, saying, "Ha, we won," and it would have been 2 to 3 years of celebrating, right? Just like it is now, right? They never ever would have let this go. Just like now, they still can't let it go. And just like Drake can't let that shit go either. This battle was it was crazy. It was historic, which is why most of us are still kind of talking about it. But yeah, man, let's continue. That's crazy that Kendrick is still getting talked about till this day.
In that time. Again, let me know in the comments who you guys think that is. So before you start spreading this undeserved,
Right.
unresearched hate, just do a quick Google search. Or at this point, just ask a neighbor before you jump out of a window. Like I say all the time, you cannot use reasoning with somebody that did not use reasoning to get to their perspective. So let me know in the comments whether you guys agree or disagree that Kendrick Lamar wasn't deserving of this award.
Oh
But the fact
shit.
is, Kendrick Lamar was absolutely the hottest rapper last year, the most sold album,
Yeah.
headlining the Super Bowl, which obviously broke the record, and then also going on to break the record for the highest grossing rap tour of all time, something he's done twice in his career. Things
That's facts. You know, the GNX tour was something of an enigma. I hadn't seen something like that in my life. Like, for example, I didn't get to go, you know. Whenever they came to Houston, it was already sold out. But I did want to go, and I was following people that were able to go. And I was able to see the concert through other people's lenses. And just looking at it and experiencing it through somebody else's lenses, somebody's perspective that was in the mosh pit, jumping to Family Ties, jumping to DNA, jumping to knowing every single bar to every single song, whether it was Kendrick's or SZA's. It was amazing to experience, even just looking at it through somebody else's lenses. Now imagine the person that is physically there. The GNX tour, hey, congratulations, man, for real. The GNX tour, I really did enjoy seeing that shit. But give me a quick second, man. I always have technical difficulties here. All right, I'm back. Let's go.
that would actually make it pretty easy to make that decision. So enough dilly-dallying. Let's jump right into these videos and posts where we have Drake stands going ballistic on Kendrick Lamar because they are obviously oblivious to how the awards cycle works. After Kendrick Lamar won Best Hip Hop Artist at this year's BET Awards. Plus, like I said earlier, we also have Lupe Fiasco on a new stream with what many believe are some more egregious takes. This year has been a comedic gold mine, but definitely let me know in the comments if you guys think Lupe is going to continue this run online. At this point, he either wants to like battle with this dude or he wants.
I think this may be a rollout of some sort. If he's trying to give his presence, back onto the scene, type of shit. He wants to make himself known, whether it's for good reasons or for bad reasons. It was the same thing with Drake. We couldn't keep our like a lot of people couldn't stop talking about Drake because he was constantly in the news. Like, for example, my channel, like, unfortunately, like it was made into what looked like a Drake hate type of shit. But in all actuality, motherfucker couldn't stay out of the news. There was always something new every single fucking day about Drake. Well, it looks like the same type of thing that Lupe Fiasco is doing, but he's doing it to himself, which kind of makes me think that this is some sort of rollout, trying to make himself more visible to our eyes, and basically, it seems like some sort of rollout to me. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Don't quote me on that shit. Maybe it is, man. Let me know in the comment section if you guys think that he's gonna drop something soon. I know that, or maybe he's trying to direct traffic to Samurai. I don't know.
Wants to have a new career as a podcaster. All right, here is the post. Kendrick Lamar winning Best Male Hip Hop Artist at the BET Awards. Let's look at some of the comments. And I can only imagine if Drake were had to like drop in like January, if people wouldn't be saying the same thing about the Grammys this year. All right, LMFAO, look at all the OVOs melting down in the replies. Remember, guys, these people do no fact checking at all. All right.
Hey, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now.
Yeah, man. At this point, it's not even hate because it's the truth, but it's not like those awards aren't merited or aren't warranted. At the end of the day, when Kendrick Lamar drops, usually he does have the best body of work. So it's not surprising that he's always winning when he drops.
The man won a Pulitzer Prize. He writes his own music. He gets his team is full of people, whether they're video video producers or actual music producers. The man has a good team behind him. You can't fault somebody for having a good team behind him. You know, you can't fault somebody for writing his own music and perfecting everything that he does. You know, like, I don't understand. To me, I don't understand the hate. I don't.
Great job, little man. And guys, the lack of originality obviously flows down to the fans because these people are still making short jokes. How unoriginal. All right. Yep. Dot winning the next 2 years too. When the album drops, he's just light years ahead of all competition.
He
If
is.
you guys, all right, let me know your prediction. If Kendrick Lamar does drop, does he take over the conversation in hip hop? And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know what most of you guys are going to say in the comments. Bro won this for saying Cardi my evil twin, LMAO. And no, he won it for breaking milestone after milestone last year. That was breaking records left and right. Kendrick didn't even have to say shit this year, and they still glaze him. And again, these people are buffoons. They don't understand that the award cycle literally started last March. All right, Kenny season. Definitely agree. I feel like even Drake fans should be saying that it is Kendrick Lamar's season because that whole Iceman rollout, at least like 60% of it was all centered around Kendrick Lamar. Even that album itself, a lot of the content is referring to Kendrick Lamar.
This is true.
All right, guys, this is why it will always be sales, streams, hits over awards, prizes, ratings. So he's picking all the things that people can manipulate. Definitely really telling. All right, you can't tell me a single reason why he should have been given this when he released nothing notable during the eligibility period. And fam, this isn't the award for best album. This is for best hip hop artist. And yeah, he was on a generational run. The industry's decisions will never.
This is true. He released. Okay, all right. He was on the Clips album. He was on Cardi's album. He was one of the best artists last year. People were constantly talking about him last year. What are you guys talking about? He was on Baby Keem's album. He produced Baby Keem. I don't understand. I don't understand how you can not like somebody like Kendrick. Again, I understand that he beat your glorious king. It is what it is though. And you can't hate him for that. But let's go.
Matter more than the people's voice. And I absolutely agree with that last statement. Yeah, at the end of the day, people have to gravitate towards the music. They actually have to connect to it, which is what we literally saw last year when it comes to Kendrick Lamar. #1 artist in the world, fuck the BET Awards wholeheartedly. And guys, if Kendrick Lamar were to drop in like a month or drop tomorrow, let's just say, he's going to totally take away the conversation because he does that every time he drops. And more than likely, he will also be the favorite for like every award that he's eligible for next year. And that's just speaking honestly on his past records. All right. The more they hand him awards and try to make him the face of the industry, the more hate he gets. The only hate he's getting is from people like you, people with owls in their names. They don't understand it's doing the exact opposite of the reaction they want, that people see right through it. Yet it's creating all this engagement. And again, it's not like the guy didn't deserve this award. He obviously did. Kendrick didn't open his mouth. Someone go get him a Grammy right now. And this level of narrative spinning never ceases to amaze me, guys. All right, when the overt handing out of the awards starts to look funny, people notice. Guys, Kendrick Lamar had the biggest year last year. All right, look at all the I don't care about awards.
A good. Again, Kendrick had one of the best years a hip hop artist could have. He did the Super Bowl. He was on GNX tour. He continued and continued and continued to perform every single show. You guys need to understand that. It wasn't a slow year for Kendrick. He was outside last year. Just because he didn't drop doesn't mean that he wasn't outside. He was outside. And some of you guys were saying that he needed to go away. He was outside so much. Drake was scared of dropping. Let's be honest. He didn't drop because he was scared that Kendrick was going to step on it. Let's continue.
Losers in their replies, and it was pretty much guaranteed that was going to happen. Look who's in the comments crying, the OV hoes, cry harder pussies. Kendrick will keep winning because he's simply the best. But it's not just because he's the best, it's because he legitimately had the best year last year. And I don't really think that's up for debate. And if it is, you're going to have to use arguments better than the guy didn't release a project last year, even though he had the highest selling album of last year. And guys, GNX was released literally like the last quarter of the year before. But some people seem to be allergic to the facts. All right. Let's look at this clip. It's actually captioned, "How the fuck did Kendrick Lamar win Best Male Hip Hop Artist at the 2026 BET Awards when he hasn't dropped any new music since 2024? Make it make sense," because the guy toured that project that year. And like we all know, it led to the highest grossing rap tour of all time, the most watched Super Bowl halftime show of all time. So there's very, very concrete reasons as to why the guy won. But let's look at this video just to see how ludicrous these people can be. And like I said in the intro, guys, this isn't the owls anymore. These are literally the dodo birds. They literally went extinct for their stupidity.
People that be voting on these awards. This not on no beef shit, not on no Arbor shit. I don't know that nigga. Kendrick Lamar wins Best Male Hip Hop Artist at the BET. Let's just talk about it for a sec. Follow me with this. Follow me. I say Google. The 2026 BET Awards reflects music that was released in 2025.
This is like Finesse 2 times trying to explain this shit.
Yes, primarily recognize and reflect music that was released during the 2025 eligibility cycle. So from mid-March of 25 to mid-March of 26.
These guys will literally put the facts right in front of you and try to spin it as if it's a win for them, not realizing that they're just validating the reason why he got it.
That is, any release dropped in that time period is eligible to be considered for a 2026 award.
That would be a...
And yeah, he did drop Playboi Carti. He was a feature on Playboi Carti's album twice, if not 3 times. I don't remember. But he was also on the Clips album, Chains and Whips, which is still being played till this day in my truck. It's still being played. I'm just saying, like, just if you would have asked, did Kendrick Lamar drop in between that time period, he was a feature. And he was still one of the best artists in that time. But let's go.
BET Award, probably for like an album, not for Best Hip Hop Artist. Nothing in there is actually focused on the album. It's the actual year that they're having.
The problem is, Kendrick didn't drop anything in 2025 or early 2026.
Luther literally ran the charts for what, like 13 weeks at #1?
It did, yeah.
So he has nothing in that window. Not a single, not an album, nothing. Now let's look at the nominees. Looking at this list of people, right? They not gonna give it to Drake. They wasn't gonna give it to Cole. If we being 1,000, they should have gave that shit to Don Toliver. This bitch arguably got the best album of the year.
And this project is definitely fire, but we cannot omit the fact that Kendrick Lamar had the biggest year
And look,
during the eligibility period.
In the last year, how many male hip-hop artists have outsold Don Toliver? What they say? None. None of the other male hip-hop artists nominated alongside him at the 2026 BET Awards have outsold.
Why do they always jump straight to the numbers?
But it's not about outselling. It's about the best male hip-hop artist is about performance. It's about, yeah, numbers. But at the same time, it's what did he do in that time period? Were people talking about him in that time period? Even the Owls had Kendrick's name in their mouth the whole entire year. I'm just saying, it's the truth. That makes Kendrick Lamar outshine any other artist because of what he did. Again, GNX tour, the Super Bowl, everything. He had one of the best years in hip hop, bar none. Just go back and look at 2025. Go back and look at every single performance that he had last year. Go back, if you guys are numbers people, go back and look at the numbers he did at the tour.
And if you actually look at the total sales of these projects, who wins that battle? And also, like I keep reiterating, you have to account for all the accomplishments that the rapper had during the period. This is not the best album. This is not best song. This is not best hook. This is best hip hop artist.
Don Toliver in total album units for a 2026 release. So I'm just confused. People say hip hop is dead. You at the BET Awards. You have a newer artist who's making waves. He really wanted the head of the next gen. You could give him Artist of the Year, boost his credibility up, raise his stock. But instead, y'all don't do that. BET, we need answers. We need answers, BET.
All right, fam. Obviously, this guy doesn't understand what it means to be the best hip hop artist. We're not talking about a specific drop here. We're looking at who had the best year. And if we look at the eligibility period of March of last year till March of this year, Who do you guys think wins in the comments? And be objective about it.
Tis is true.
Damn, I feel like I lost some brain cells there. At the end of the day, all you gotta do is comprehend what you're reading. Don't just read the facts and try to say it's a win for you when what you're reading obviously doesn't reflect the point that you're trying to make. All right. Somebody actually replied to them. Can y'all really be this damn dumb every day? Did Kendrick have the second highest live television event in the history of entertainment in 2025? Yes. Did Kendrick have the highest sales album-wise across all genres in 2025? Yes. Did Kendrick have the highest grossing hip-hop tour of all time with only 42 shows? Yes. And that was half the amount of time it took for Drake to get to that record, or at least the previous record. Did Kendrick have the longest running Billboard #1 album and single in the history of Billboard in 2025? Yes. Should we go on, or at least you should be able to name one person that came close to that in 2025? I'll wait. Obviously, no one is going to come close to that year. This guy was literally on a generational run. And like I said, these people aren't going to listen to reasoning when they have the ability to actually read something that's pretty direct and pretty clear and still mess up what it actually means. Let me know in the comments if you guys think Kendrick Lamar did not deserve to win the award, because I definitely don't think it was that hard of a decision to choose Kendrick. All right, to all the upcoming artists that have been working their ass off for the past year and a half, to anyone who's been in the industry and are demoralized for never being recognized, but you do numbers, bring fans out, have the world singing your songs. I'm sorry you guys have to constantly be overshadowed by nonsense and favoritism. And if we are looking at the objective facts, guys, who had the biggest year? I'm sorry, these awards aren't about how hard you worked, but by who you know. And if you guys don't think that headlining...
Okay. I've been saying it the whole video. Kendrick sold everybody in the GNX tour. The man was working his ass off. Probably, there were reports of him being in a studio at the same time that he was doing the GNX tour. So not only was he recording and performing, he was in the studio. He not only was doing everything in the GNX tour, right? But he's also running a production company. Come on, bro. He's donating to, I forgot what he was donating, a museum to redo a museum. I forgot where it was that he did that shit, but he did. The man had a bomb ass year. He had a bomb ass year. Just go back and retrace your steps. How is he not one of the hardest working artists in your eyes? The reason why he keeps overshadowing people is his hard work. Yes, the other artists may be working hard. I'm not saying that. But this man is working harder. He has his own fucking company, his own label, PG Lang. He not only has to do his own shit, but he has artists that he has to promote and do other shit for. So yeah, he had one of the best years. And PG Lang is also moving towards that as well, using his mentality, using his name to boost it. Come on, y'all. Y'all can't be this dense.
And co-headlining the biggest rap tour of all time isn't working hard. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see if we can get to this clip, guys.
Why are we not surprised? Now,
I feel like most logical people aren't surprised because Kendrick Lamar, in fact, had the biggest year last year.
For the K-Thoughts, get into the comments and say...
At least that's kind of original right there. He's not just going and saying K-Thoughts.
Oh, yeah, you guys are mad and you guys are spiraling. And this is just funny at this point. This is comical. And you guys...
I thought this was like Dave Chappelle circa 2001 with a nose ring.
Don't realize this is why more and more people are starting to wake up and realize what you guys are doing and how you guys are trying to force this man, how you guys are trying to force Doechii, how you guys are just...
All right. This is like the...
How are we trying to force Doechii? What people were upset about was about the disrespect Doechii was getting. People aren't trying to force Doechii. But I'll let you continue. Let's go.
Same people that were saying that Kendrick Lamar wasn't selling out his shows. They would show clips of people arriving at the stadium hours before, and they wouldn't say anything later that night when the clips of the actual show came out, and the stadium was rocking with like 70,000, sometimes 80,000 plus people in the stadium. So yeah, man, obviously you don't really know what you're talking about because you guys keep omitting the facts.
Trying to force this narrative that these people are just undeniable and we can't we can't avoid them. They're just so big and important to the culture that we have to These niggas haven't been active in how long? In like a year and a half.
All right.
This whole video is about basically saying the same shit over and over again. Kendrick was active all year. He was active all year. Still active today. Maybe he's not dropping, but he's active.
But last year, the guy was murdering, but it's been a year and a half.
We're effectively still giving this man an award for an album that came out.
And I do find it pretty funny that you're omitting the fact that Kendrick Lamar also ran havoc at this year's Grammys, taking home so many awards
2 years ago. And let me just make this point. How demoralizing is
and they don't even get that right. So yeah, they still don't even have all the facts.
this to artists who have been putting in work for the past year and a half?
He's been putting in work. He's been putting in work. He's been putting in work. Hold on, give me a sec, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Let's go.
Who's been in the studio grinding, you know, fuck Drake for a minute. We don't even have to talk about Drake and how active he's been for the past year and the bodies of work that he's actually putting out and how present he actually is in the culture and how niggas have not stopped talking to him.
You don't have to put out songs in order to be active. Kendrick Lamar has artists that are under him. He not only has to worry about himself, but he also worries about those artists. He also worries about a movie that he's making. He's also worried about being in the movie that he's making. Come on, y'all. Y'all don't think he's in the studio as well? Come on, y'all. Come on. Let's be serious. You don't have to be constantly dropping every single song that you make. You don't. You can be working towards a project and then drop the project with half of the songs that you made, or maybe 10 of the songs of the 90 something that you made.
But let's zero in on the people who spent the better past of.
All right, guys. So the tour literally ended in December of last year. Yet this guy is saying that Kendrick Lamar has been inactive for a year and a half.
The last year and a half. In the bodies of work that he's actually putting out and who spent the better past of the last year and a half working on their craft, dropping their debut albums, putting their best foot forward, trying to figure out this music industry, all to get snubbed by a man who isn't even active, who can give two fucks.
Let me know in the comments if you guys think Kendrick Lamar was not active last year.
The Nikola Jokic of the hip-hop industry. This nigga don't give a fuck about this shit, but y'all still giving him MVPs?
I would say he cares a lot more about the craft than someone that doesn't seem to curate their albums properly.
All right, let's move on to the Lupe Fiasco stuff. Let's go. All right, let's go.
That take. I don't even think that's much of a hot take. Alrighty, guys, over here we have a clip from that other stream. Actually, take a listen to it.
Myself, that type of battle where I'm not.
Okay, so Lupe Fiasco went on Jesson. So basically, he asked Lupe Fiasco about his substance on Kendrick's entendres, and this is what he said.
Highly focused on punching as much as angle punching, but when I do punch, it's heavy. That's how I view Kendrick. I feel like Kendrick focuses more on the concept of delivering the message through.
Well, that's what's going to stand the test of time. And this definitely is an old concept. You don't want to overcomplicate things. And this absolutely is a big reason why a lot of battle rappers can't make music that actually like connects to the masses. Because at the end of the day, you have to give a record what it needs. Yeah, you could go and put 1,000,000 syllables in this bar, in this line, but that doesn't necessarily make the bar that much more effective. It doesn't make the songwriting more effective. You can actually take away from the effectiveness of the song by overcomplicating things. As a producer, something that a lot of us do, especially early on, is put so much in that beat that you give no space for the writer to actually write because all the melodies are in the beat. And once it clicks, that sometimes less is more, that's when literally everything changes. And Kendrick Lamar is definitely a master of that. Because I truly do believe if Kendrick Lamar wanted to go that route, I don't think people could touch him in that lane either, honestly.
You know, wordplay through delivery, performance, and dynamics that he does punching. But when he does punch, it be heavy. So what I was curious about was, are you speaking more to his volume or are you speaking more to
I'm not talking about
level? But
I'm not talking about Kendrick. I'm not Kendrick at all, right? But for your like piece, like
They'd be like, I don't want to talk about Kendrick, and they go on to say some extremely slanderous sounding stuff.
you know, I agree with your position. There's people who use punches at a certain way for a certain thing, who speak to a certain demographic.
I mean, look at Mayweather. The guy wasn't knocking anyone out later in his career, but the dude obviously was great at what he did.
Who's
led to
able
a lot
to
of
absorb
victories.
a certain amount of information at a certain amount of time within a certain frame of time, right? And there's other people who want that whole other shit who really appreciate that, and they look down on. I'm talking about fans. They look down on people.
That is true.
Who don't do.
But I don't think Kendrick Lamar is the one that people are looking down because his bars aren't hitting.
Do it at this high.
But see, here's the thing, and there is a difference between Lupe Fiasco and Kendrick Lamar's style. As to me, I grew up listening to The Cool, Food and Liquor 2, Lasers. The rest of them, I heard them, but I wasn't too fond of them. I think he, the symbolism and the lyricism is there. It just didn't impact me, right? The other Lupe Fiasco albums. But there is a difference, and what people are trying to say, they're not taking away from your lyricism, Lupe. They're taking away from it just takes a while for you to get to the point. It takes a while for you to get to what you're really trying to say, as opposed to Kendrick taking less time to get to what he's trying to say, which effectively hits. The punchlines hit. That's what Koala was actually trying to explain, but it wasn't. You weren't letting him talk. He wasn't saying that your style isn't good. He was saying he was just saying and like trying to explain to you the differences, and what he just thinks that you kind of overcomplicate things, and that's what Jesson was trying to explain to you too. I'm taking a long time getting to my point. But yeah, I do believe that Kendrick Lamar does take a lot less time to get to his point, which is effective. Punch did say during Curtis King's interview, and you can actually check that out too. It's on Curtis King's YouTube. Just look up interview with TDE Punch. And TDE Punch actually talks about the mid-range. You don't take your time explaining yourself throughout the whole entire thing or setting up the punchline. You just take your time and hit the mid-range. You don't always have to go for the three-pointer. Go for the mid-range. And the mid-range is where Kendrick Lamar has lived. He's been effective. Just look at the like, this is like Euphoria. He lived in the mid-range. He didn't stray away from it. Not like us. It was effective because he stayed in the mid-range. It wasn't too overly complicated. Everybody and their mama understood what he was trying to say. And the punchlines, they hit. So that's what people are trying to say. That's what people aren't taking away from your lyricism. Dude, you're one of the best lyricists. You are one of the best lyricists. I will give you that. I will give you that. You're up there with the Talib Kwalis and the Nazis. In my opinion, right? It's crazy. All this Lupe Fiasco shit is crazy. It's been crazy for me to see.
High level. The same way, like if you went to a battle, the crowd is, if somebody came in there with really simple, like subtle nuance references to some random shit, even though it's the reference point is crazy and the way they put it and built it together, the nigga who's gonna hit you with a bunch of current Knicks, FIFA 20 current shit.
That's a whole other skill set. Again, there's a reason why a lot of the battle rappers can't transition into the mainstream.
Right? Like current schemes and reference points is gonna win. They're gonna win over the crowd because the crowd is more tuned, primed to that moment. So there's folks who are in the moment, and there's folks who are like a moment adjacent, and there's people who are not in the moment at all, right? So
you can't really say that Kendrick Lamar isn't in the moment. I feel like a lot of this is moving the goalposts. Kendrick Lamar never said he was the best battle rapper. The guy obviously has a pedigree in battle rapping. I pointed out before. He's battle rap. Kendrick Lamar definitely has been in legitimate rap battles. And while he's obviously done them and been great at it, you can't really hold him to the standard of a battle rapper when the guy is an artist. The guy is an MC. The guy is a rapper. That's like one side of the dude that's obviously really effective. If not, he wouldn't have beaten Drake, right? But to me, the most valuable thing an artist can do is connect to the listener. That's what's going to stand the test of time. They're going to remember the feeling that the song gave you. And even with all that being said, let's not act like Kendrick Lamar's pen isn't one of the greatest pens that the genre has ever seen. You do not win a Pulitzer Prize just because someone likes you. But again, you cannot use reasoning with people that didn't use reasoning to get to their perspective. Lupe, I see what you're doing, but you're moving the goalposts on a lot of your arguments, at least on this one. And art definitely is subjective, but I do find it hard to believe that you're not just trolling to get this attention, because I don't think you've gotten this much attention in a long time. But let me know what you...
Yeah, I think this is, he's doing all of these press runs, and I think that's what he's doing. I don't know if that's what he's doing or not. He could be trying to get his presence out there again as a way to get his name out there. I don't know if he's trying to talk about his podcast that he has. I don't know if he's trying to roll an album out, but he's trying to get his name back out there, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. It's just a way to do it.
You guys think? What do you guys think about Lupe's take? To me, I just think he's moving the goalposts. Also, let me know what you guys think about Kendrick Lamar winning the award for Best Hip Hop Artist at this year's BET Awards. And just because it happened this year doesn't mean that it doesn't count literally most.
All right, man. YoEq, I appreciate you, my dog. My final thoughts. I think that Kendrick definitely deserved Best Artist of the Year. He did deserve that. I think that Kendrick, he is a top lyricist. He is somebody that is deserving of being one of the top artists of 2025 or 2026. He won it, right? Because of GNX, because of the tour, because of the Super Bowl, because of the features that he came out on. He was one of the people that people were trying to get on tracks with to elevate their albums. He was that person, right? What do I think about Lupe Fiasco? I think that I can't think of 100 people, 100 rappers that are better than Kendrick. I can't think of 10. I can't think of 5. I'm just saying Kendrick is an all-around artist. He can give you a club record. He can give you a regular rap lyrical record. He can give you a love record like Luther. He could give you a soul record. The man is an all-around artist. He's also been putting in the work. I think he did deserve that shit. He's just an all-around artist and an all-around lyricist. And for somebody to say that there's 100 better rappers out there that, you know, better than Kendrick, name me another rapper that has a Pulitzer Prize. That prize is deserving of somebody that has written. That's a prestigious award for an author, for a writer. Kendrick has that. Name me another rapper that has a Pulitzer Prize. I'll wait. This has been your boy Jtomreactions. I am out this bitch. Ya tu sabes. If you guys made it this far, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share with your family and friends, and don't forget to hit that noti bell so that YouTube can let you know whenever I drop another video. Also, don't forget to hit that hype button for me because it is very important for me to get into the algorithm. This has been your boy Jtomreactions. I'm out this bitch. Ya tu sabes. You guys already know. Let's fucking go. And stop playing with that man Kendrick's name. Seriously. Like he has been putting in that work, and if he drops an album, you guys know that his name is gonna still be talked about, and we're still not gonna be done talking about everything, because since Drake dropped one, Kendrick dropping one, people are going to be comparing the two. So just wait for that. Just wait for that shit. Again, it's been your boy Jtomreactions. Peace out, y'all.